Hey, but when I come to Cleveland, I ain't forget that shit you was talking to Alex. We hooping. I ain't played basketball in 7 years. We hooping and we posting it.
We in
Hey,
Columbus.
look.
Cleveland.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Listen, Mo, we doing a live show. We'll figure it out. Get it going. We're gonna do a live show. Just hoop. Y'all three gonna be in the announcers.
How your shoulders? How your shoulders?
Listen, I ain't hooped in probably 5 or 7 years, dog.
How are your
I'm
shoulders?
gonna win because bigger, stronger, faster.
You not
Bigger, stronger, faster.
DJ,
Bigger,
you're not
stronger,
bigger,
faster.
stronger, or faster than me.
Bigger,
You're taller.
you weight strong.
DJ, I train athletes every day. And
I am an athlete. Ah!
You know,
Welcome to Start With The Facts. Yo, welcome back to Start With The Facts. Happy Thursday. We're more than happy to bring the show to you today. Got a bunch of good topics to talk about. A lot going on in the sporting world. A lot of funny topics, a lot of serious topics. A lot of topics we're going to have fun with today. Let me turn my phone off. Great news today. Y'all know how we start the show off. Will, you didn't have any mess ups today, so you got to do the whatever little noises you do. There we go. Yeah, congratulate my man, Will. Yeah, we ain't asked for the horn.
That's too much.
Yeah, that's too much. So, we also have brother DJ, Mr. Miami, back in the building. There we go.
What's up, DJ?
Yeah,
What's up, baby?
Yeah. Look, hey, Will.
Chill out, Will.
Look, he did mess up the show, but this motherfucker, like my kids with those sound effect machines. Will got happy with the sound effects. But we can't wait to talk about you and your visit to Denver and talk about your in-person analysis of your Broncos. But the whole studio's filled. We got Jerm in the house.
What up?
Yeah, we have Brian in the house. And my favorite for the day, we have brother Alex in the house, who happened to be the resident.
Wait, what's that?
this is I'm rocking face.
Okay. All right.
Look, I was about to go from his biggest hater to I was about to give him props, right? So I'm giving him props because he's the resident. Everybody at my mother's office Alex went to go see my mother at her office yesterday back in Youngstown. So we both from Youngstown. And so he went to the office to go see, I don't know what the hell he was doing in the office. I didn't even ask you about that. But he went to the office.
Hey, networking, man. Networking.
Well, he was networking, whatever he was doing. But my mom's hit me up and she was like, "Is this your boy from the show?" And I said, "Yeah." And she said, "Well, all the Cougars in the office love him." Right?
The Cougars.
So she told me all the Cougars love him. So I got a list of women who love Alex. And so
What you wear, Alex? What you wear?
I was in business attire.
He
You had no G-Unit tank top on?
Hey, look, hey,
Despite what y'all see here, man, I'm a very professional person.
yeah, he was professional, and he went back to visit my mom. So I'll be a hater tomorrow. So he made my mother day. Went back, took a picture with her. She enjoyed it, but she was she did tell me that all the ladies in the office love Alex. So tomorrow I hate on you. Today,
That just means somebody else is getting it today. So
now the pause. Yeah, that's pause. Yeah.
Hey, I do want to say something. That Barbershop wanted to have a couple of shout outs. They wanted to shout out Parlay Jenkins. They said,
There you go.
My man Big Cookie, man, in the Barbershop wanted to shout you out.
Yeah, I
And
love the
then
Barbershop.
they also wanted to say that they couldn't wait for DJ to get back. So they was like, "Yo, that dude."
Did they say DJ or Miami guy?
Hey,
So welcome back, DJ.
yeah, you
Appreciate it, man.
all the energy, the laughter. I did tell you this. I watched the show in the barbershop, and it gave me a different perspective and perception on the show. I did feel bad about one thing. So outside of my mother telling me, I got to watch my language. I do.
My mom, too. Help me turn it down. Filth, foreign filth. Hey, Bill Cosby, you can't say filth, foreign filth.
Hey, I'm telling you, look, I was getting my hair cut. I was so embarrassed. I ain't even lie. I was like, man, you actually sound like that.
You got too comfortable.
So I will say I was embarrassed. And I said, man, I can't be out here representing like that. So between my mother and actually the barbershop, there has probably been more correction with the amount of expletives that I use. So with that being said, I'll give you the show, Brian. I was embarrassed, Brian. I ain't gonna even lie. Go ahead.
no, we're gonna pass it over to DJ. I mean, big game on Sunday. there in Denver with Kansas City. So, yeah, I mean, you were there, man. Like, we want to hear about it. And we missed you.
Oh, appreciate it, fellas.
Mr. Miami.
You know, before I even get into the actual game, I want to discuss the atmosphere. You know, I haven't been back to a Broncos game since they beat Tom Brady on their way to the Super Bowl run.
When was that? How long ago was that?
5 to 7 years, maybe, probably. And you know, I forgot just how energetic a professional football can be. I mean, Mo, you see it every weekend when you're in these college stadiums. I forgot how energetic that can be. Like, I'm in there like a super fan. I feel like I'm the water boy. I'm celebrating. I'm slapping hands. Like, that thing was rocking. Like, from the tailgating to just everybody in their seat. I'm hugging individuals, and I'm just like, this is a beautiful venue. It's a beautiful setting, and this thing is just rocking. Yes. Like rocking. And now when we get to the game, listen, I don't know, Brian, what Patrick Mahomes got? He's State Farm, All-State guy? What did he got?
State Farm.
State Farm, yeah.
He's State Farm guy.
Listen, he was a high-risk applicant, man. Listen, and it's different when you watching the game and you're there and you know and you understand football versus TV. I could see the whole field. Mm-hmm. I don't ever remember seeing him under distress and sped up as much as I did on Sunday. Like, the Vance Joseph and his team did a great job of getting after him, but what they really did a great job was taking away his first and second option. And you could see those third options starting to develop, but he didn't have time. He probably didn't have time to get to a second option. And seeing that defense, the way they rush, the way they cover, you know, it was a one-score game, but honestly, there were a few chippy penalties where, you know, there was a touchdown called back, there were a pass interference, and then another big run by the Broncos. They could have easily won by 10 to 14 points. After being in that atmosphere, seeing that fan base, if Broncos have home field advantage, hey, I'm not going on no fence. If Broncos have home field advantage, they will be in the Super Bowl. Nobody, even with their deficiencies on offense, they're doing it by committee. They got enough guys, right? They got enough guys to make plays. But the way that defense is playing, the way that fan base and that atmosphere is, and you get into that altitude. Listen, I was having to take breaks celebrating, right? Slap hands. If you get in that atmosphere, I don't see anybody going into Denver and beating them single-handedly because of the defense.
What's the as a former player, Broncos do a good job getting guys, you know, back interacting, or did you just purely kind of show up as a fan?
No. Broncos do an amazing job, and I want to give a shout out to Patrick Smite. It's my dog. He's head of media there, you know, player relationships, just kind of oversees it all. And I got there as a rookie. He came in at the same time, so he's been there 20 years. Listen, when you get into the player suite, it's players from every generation, right? You got, first of all, they had Steve Atwater. He's working there, right? There's another guy named Nate Jackson. He's working there. So not even just the player suite. They actually got guys working as part of the organization. A guy that I played receiver with is actually the uniform inspector guy, Nate Jackson. Like, just the atmosphere with all the guys. You got guys coming back from different generations. You talk about a first-class organization. A lot of guys end up coming from, you know, other teams. They end up living and staying in Denver and making it their home. It's one of the first-class organizations.
Hey, DJ, you forgot the big news.
What's the big news?
They even invited me back.
Oh, yeah. So here's the thing. So I'm on the sideline speaking with Pat Smite, and I'm like, I'm starting this podcast I'm doing with Maurice Claret, and his exact words were, "Tell Mo he's welcome."
Yeah.
Tell Mo he's welcome. I love how he's turned things around, and he's always a Bronco.
So we talk about a first-class organization for some, you know, my degenerate phase. Hey, look, now, I'm going to tell you, when I go, you'll think that I ran for 3,500 yards last season. I ain't got no embarrassment. Like, you might be embarrassed when your life ain't successful. I'm successful now, so I'm like, look, hey, that was just a moment, man. Hey, y'all got to forgive me.
No, so listen, Mo, he asked me why I have been, because they just did they did when Demaryius Thomas got into their Ring of Honor. He asked me, I thought you were going to come. I said I was, but at the same time, you guys were celebrating your Super Bowl team. And I was like, I didn't win the Super Bowl. So I felt a little weird, awkward. I didn't want to steal no shine. He said, DJ, you almost played here a decade. It's guys that played 2 games that come back so much, I got to tell their ass, you're not welcome. He's like, he said, you're welcome anytime. But again, first-class organization. We're going to make a trip.
No, we going together. So look, I'll be like, look, this nigga played a lot. I ain't playing, but as long as I'm around.
So hold on. When I went last time against that AFC Championship game, I took one of my close friends. We had this pass, and we had access to a lot of places. And one of the security guards told him and said, oh, no, you can go anywhere with this. No, he took that shit literally. Right? Like, as soon as the game ended, he out there at the 50, high-fiving cats. We had to grab him. He said, well, he trying to show his pass. I said, dog, that shit don't mean anywhere, dog.
I wouldn't embarrass you like that. I'll move around with you, but when it look a little, hey,
yeah.
right there.
All right, let's talk a little more NFL. So tonight, Buffalo Bills go on the road to the Houston Texans. Buffalo favored by 3.5. C.J. Stroud not playing tonight.
Yeah.
Guys, thoughts on the game?
I think Bills got it. Bills going to have it just because of CJ. He's obviously not playing. He's the heart of that team. They have a decent defense, but the Bills going to, they're going to. What'd you say, Jeremy?
Without C.J. Stroud, I don't think the Texans have a chance.
Boat race.
No.
Yeah, it might be a boat race. Buffalo coming off that win against Baker Mayfield and them. I think actually it'd probably be a boat race. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying the Bills. I would say it's more so. Even if CJ Stroud was playing, I think the Bills are trying to rebuild that momentum that they had early in the season. Even DJ, I didn't see the entire Chiefs and Broncos game.
Yeah.
But even I'm pretty sure their coaches are like, hey man, it's somebody else here in the AFC outside of the Chiefs that we need to get our shit together for. And I think that Buffalo needs that resurgence to basically get the momentum going back again. And I don't know, it felt like they started off fast, and then I don't know if that Atlanta loss. You remember when they went down to Atlanta mid-season, and what is his name? I always get Josh Allen. I don't know why I lose focus of his name. But he sort of got knocked around there. Then they weren't the focal point of the NFL again, and then Kansas City seemed like they hit a resurgence, and you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It just felt like they got lost mid-season, but I think that if you really want a playoff run, you got to kind of piece together the backside of the season. Just my opinion.
Yeah,
I think.
Go ahead, DJ. Go ahead.
I think C.J. Stroud better get right. Better get out of that concussion protocol. I'm not picking the Texans to win, but what I am seeing is Davis Mills is balling, and he's playing well. He's been at that organization since 2021. They brought him back. CJ has gotten all of his money already up front, right, with the signing bonus, and had an amazing rookie year, but his last 2 years have been blah. And when you have a team like the Texans, where they feel they're a few pieces away, and they start playing with the number game, and they think about Davis Mills and feel like, hey, we can keep him, shop CJ around, get some pivotal pieces, and kind of rebuild this thing. Because listen, it happens fast.
Let me ask you, so you're basically having this conversation. I don't know if I had it on here or it is what it is. Matter of fact, I was talking to Cam because Cam is a Cincinnati fan. I know, I know Joe Flacco is a whole lot more. He's a lot older than Davis Mills, right?
Yes.
But I was saying that same thing where I know Cleveland had reset the quarterback market with Deshaun Watson and paying him all that money. I'm asking myself, do more people start to think like this? Like, man, hey, for that $40 million that I'm paying this guy, or that I've paid C.J. Stroud, do I take somebody of a lesser tier and go assemble all my other pieces and then make a run with it with that? And you just kind of said it in regards to Davis Mills, and I don't know your thoughts on that, but that's what I was saying about you were getting the same production down in Cincinnati even while Joe Burrow was out, right? And then you bring Joe Burrow back for what? Like, it's not the offensive productivity. You'll have the same thing. It's really the defense. And then you start to say, if I'm paying a dude $40 million, I can go ahead and get a lot of other pieces with that $40 million that I'm paying him. And so, I don't know. I just wanted your thoughts on that.
No, I'm speaking from experience. It happened to me. I believe year 7, I got suspended, and my backup was basically on an undrafted rookie contract, and our defense was that good that there really wasn't that big of a drop off. And you look at me and saying, hey, I'm paying this guy 20 times more than this undrafted free agent. What if we let him go, go get a few pieces here? What does that look like? And it literally happened, right? Like they let me go. Excuse me. They let me go. They went and got a few pieces. And I think in 1 or 2 years, they were in the Super Bowl. That was the year that they lost to the Seattle Seahawks. And the same thing happened with me and Al Wilson, right? I was on my rookie deal. They had already given me my money up front. They had 3 years of me, making $900,000 or whatever it was. Al was in the 7 figures. Bye, Al. Insert DJ. And so there's a constant rotation of this happening in the NFL. And again, it is, what have you done for me lately? It's what are you doing for me now? And if I can shop you around and get better pieces and feel like the team will be more complete without you, it's going to happen.
I mean, I think if the goal is a deep playoff run or a Super Bowl, I don't, off the top of my head, I can't think of examples of where middle of the pack, bottom tier, saving money type quarterback, has had success. I think at certain positions in the NFL, you can do that, right?
But not quarterback.
But probably not quarterback. So I think that quarterback market, while it might, not reset, but could level out at some point, soon. I don't think it's ever going to go, backwards, and people are going to find value. Like, people are probably looking at Sam Darnold. That might be an example. Seahawks having, but let's see when they get to the playoffs what that looks like, or Daniel Jones, what that looks like. But I have a feeling it's still, you got to be probably a top 7 or 8 quarterback to win for your team to have a chance to win the Super Bowl.
I'm gonna let Alex go and I'm gonna answer your question.
Okay.
I'm gonna say something after you go.
Man, I kind of have too many things. I think, and it's not a shot on the Browns, but every time they have a quarterback that leaves, he ends up doing well, and he's always usually a top, tier quarterback or a top pick quarterback. What you were saying about, you were in there, you got hurt, and then they brought in somebody of lesser, maybe not lesser talent, but didn't get drafted like you did. Do you think once that person goes in, he's got that bigger chip on his shoulder, and he's like, yo, I got to keep this position, opposed to a guy who's been drafted, been playing, got some success under their belt? Is there a sense of, complacency? Maybe not with you, but in general in the NFL. Do you see that often?
Speaking to me?
DJ.
Oh, okay. My bad, player. I don't really think it's that much as a chip. I think it's individual seizing that moment and that opportunity, right? Uh-huh. And so remember, when you're watching and you're observing, you're noticing all the mistakes, right? You're getting to pay attention in detail. And then when you get in there, listen, backup quarterback is probably the best position. You're getting paid a lot, and there's really no pressure on you. So you get to go out there and play without the pressure of being a starter, right? And then I think that they understand, like, they just try to find a flow in the chemistry, right? A lot of times backup quarterbacks, they never go in trying to gunsling and win the game, right? They go in, try to manage it, understand the flow and the nature of the game, and to go out there and play without the pressure and then slowly build your confidence. I think that's the determining factor a lot of times when guys get in and get that opportunity.
But do veterans get complacent though?
Of course, right? You get to the point to where you feel like it's my position, it's always mine. But again, that's why I'm saying, CJ, you need to get in there, because I was that guy at home watching on TV saying, oh shit. Oh shit, right? And what happens is you start to second guess yourself. If you're being honest with yourself and you look at the team and you look at the dynamics and you're like, damn, they are still really rocking and rolling without me. And it's a very uncomfortable feeling. And then, when I came back and I got inserted into the team, me and that individual almost got into a little, situation in the locker room because, look, this man played behind me for 4 or 5 years.
Oh.
And right, he played behind me for 4 or 5 years. And my first week back, after the coach canceled the meeting, I was like, hey, man, I want to have a player-only meeting. This man decided to have a one-on-one meeting with just me. And he came up to me and he was like, hey, man, you know, I think you should take your time and tiptoe and kind of insert yourself around here a little bit slower. This is one of them conversations where you do some shit like this.
Who are you talking to?
Listen, here's what happened. I was already on the hot seat, right? I got in trouble, did some dumb shit. I had to go sit in my car. When he said that to me in my face, I just went and sat in my car. I sat in my car. About 5 minutes, cooled it off. Then I went in and I spoke to Champ. And Champ was like, man, you know you're on the hot seat, dog. You know what I'm saying? You the real leader. Just go back out there and show it. And then I realized, like, damn.
How do we get here?
It really does move that fast.
Yeah.
Somebody that played behind me for 3 years doing like this to me. Hey, can I talk to you for a minute? Hey, dog, I know you back and all, but I think you should, you know, take your time with trying to get these player-only meetings and stuff together.
Wow.
But you know, like, DJ, this is why I think you're universally liked, because do you know how many people would never be able to admit that? Like, not to themselves, not to friends, sure as heck not on a podcast to strangers.
Yeah.
It's just cool that you, like, share those stories. I think they're hilarious, and I just think it makes you, like, a down-to-earth good dude, easy to like.
I appreciate it, man. But shit, you can't deny it. I mean, look, most cats go in there, man, they screw me, they they don't like me. Nah. They want to win, and if they think that they gonna give, this is the big boy league. They want to win, and if they think that you gonna help them win, they gonna be playing you.
Yeah, no doubt about it. One thing I was gonna say before Alex was talking, I was seeing like the argument that I was making was, does the $40 million, $30 million quarterback really make a difference? And I was trying to see who won like the last 5 or 6 Super Bowls. And if you kind of go through the list, it really doesn't make a difference. And that's why I think that if I was a general manager and I was advising a team, I would say to myself, and I would just argue with facts, and I say it really doesn't make a difference. And I don't know how much, because I didn't get into how much, Philadelphia's quarterback Jalen makes, but I can imagine is he making $40 million? He probably is, because he won a Super Bowl.
If he's not, he's about to.
Yeah, but I didn't know if he restructured his contract. But as I was looking through people, like, now Pat Mahomes will get paid, but Pat Mahomes is an outlier with talent. But outside of the other people, it's just been Tom Brady has basically made a run of the Super Bowl for so long that it's also.
Wait, so whose point did you prove?
51 million.
Mine or yours?
He makes $51 a year.
51 million.
No, so I was saying on It Is What It Is to Cam that even though Joe Burrows is a phenomenal name, right? I think that you can get rid of. I don't.
You can't get rid of Joe.
Not Joe Burrow, right?
Yeah.
But it's not. Maybe Joe Burrow's a bad person to exemplify, but to the point that you were making with C.J. Stroud, I just think that you need a lot of other pieces you can outfit your team with versus paying somebody $40 million.
Just not at quarterback.
That's not a quarterback.
Just not at quarterback.
CJ, he's missing a couple of his athletes too, right? Is Tank Dell back yet? I know he had that incident. I think his only main target is Nico Collins. Yeah. But I know he was rolling when him and Tank was on opposite sides. So
there could be some.
Let me down his hill. What happens when you get a system? Look. It's either I'm gonna prove myself or I'm gonna down it. What happens when you get a Brock Purdy?
Yeah,
and he gets into a Shanahan system.
Yeah, no, I didn't say it. I'm not saying it can't. I think to get to that top level, I think for sustained success, you got to have a top 7 or 8 quarterback. Has Brock Purdy won a Super Bowl?
No.
And they have.
But what?
There's Jared Goff too. Like, that's another example. Like, he hasn't won a Super Bowl neither.
Very consistent, but
haven't. I think too. There's another part to this is business. When you got a hot name like C.J. Stroud, people coming to see him.
Mm-hmm.
You throw Mills in, they like,
No, you're right about that.
You know what I mean? Like, you want to get butts in the seat. Pause.
Yeah. No. I think that's a big reason why you keep big name people, because it brings excitement, brings fans.
Yeah.
You said all the time about Shador, right? He's going to be fine. I think he will be, but put him in is going to bring that money.
Yeah, Shador's box office. Shador falls into the bucket of where Floyd Mayweather was at the end of his career. You showing up to see him win, you showing up to see him lose.
Yeah.
You know, but
Think about Burrow, right? and CJ Stroud. I think Burrow from a talent and a name is head and shoulders above. So when you're the GM and you decide to make that move, your job rides on that.
Nico Harris.
That's it. That's you get rid of Luka. Yeah. Your job rides on that. Like when you move a piece, you know, that's why I say I don't think that anybody would ever move Burrow like that. Right? He's too young, he's too talented. You know, he's been one of the top quarterbacks in the league from a numbers standpoint. And you look at all the pieces that they got Burrow, T. Higgins, they got Chase.
Jamar Chase, yeah.
They built that team around Burrow.
Yeah.
So you get rid of Burrow, it's like, okay, now you got to start to look at all the other pieces on the offensive side and, you know, how do you plug and play and how do you move those guys around? So but the thing is, when we talk about CJ Stroud, you don't see that the Texans has built their team around CJ Stroud. So that's why I say there's a chance to where if Mills keeps balling and playing, he's been there 4 or 5 years, right? They've read up on him, I believe once or twice, and they may see his progression. They may say, hey, this isn't his ceiling. We think this guy can be a lot better. And again, with a young CJ Stroud like that, you can shop him around because – you know, good young quarterbacks are at a premium. So
yeah,
I think C.J. Stroud and Burrow are two different conversations. It's like saying, like, could you imagine somebody ever getting rid of, like, Dan Marino? You know, it's some names that are just untouchable because, again, if you don't win the Super Bowl next year, we're seeing with Luka, you're gone.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to jump out of the X's and O's. We're going to talk about true love.
True love.
Bill Belichick and Jordan Hudson. So if you guys saw this,
He fooled me with that
Bill
one. Okay.
Belichick in the stands at an adult cheerleading competition, there to watch his true love, Jordan Hudson.
Yeah.
I don't know why that made me laugh as hard as it did. Picturing this 72-year-old dude that's won Super Bowls and, like, you know, is considered by some as the GOAT in an arena watching his girlfriend in a cheerleading competition. What'd you guys think of that?
Bill sitting back like, this is my baby. You better not nobody be looking at her. So, I mean, on a serious note, I mean, if they're in a relationship, if she goes and support him, I'm sure that he should do the same thing, you know. But, Bill, you should probably be focused on what you got going on in North Carolina, or you go. Simple as that.
Hey, when I was seeing it, I said, this dude is miserable. He didn't enjoy being there. He didn't want to be there. But as my man DJ was saying, she's giving him a good.
Yeah.
Hey,
What'd she tell him, Mo? What'd she tell him?
I can tell you how it happened. So a little hanky-panky went on.
The night before.
No, right before that.
And he made a promise. I'll do whatever you say. I swear.
Once you release, what you want to do now? Hey, you know I got this competition coming up tomorrow. I would really like for you to attend. And I know he's like, but you know, he could have got there a million ways. It could have been a little, you know, I'll watch my language for the shop for my mother.
Yeah.
Let me clean it up, right? Hanky-panky, right?
Hanky-panky,
yeah,
wow.
hanky-panky, man.
Driving home after the show, he looking at her. You gonna do what you said you was gonna do earlier today?
Yeah, all in the neighborhood of all of the adult foolishness. And so maybe they just cut my man Bill a bad time, but I'm like, yo, this look crazy. But even crazier than that, I was like, what the fuck is she doing in the This is what I'm talking about, man. Bill needs a manager of his life. And as much as she's his girlfriend, somebody be like, yo, Bill, we ain't supposed to be doing this at 75.
I think that's what she is. She's become the manager. I mean, she's with him on the field. They're walking around in and out of concerts together. Like, he's got, how old is she? Like 24?
24, ain't it?
He's got this 72-year-old dude's got a 24-year-old kid managing his life. It's crazy.
Let him live.
Hey,
let him live from buns.
Can I get the floor for a second?
Go ahead.
Hey, Will, can you come over here for a second? I want you to come over here for a second. We need to have you. Okay, you're gonna be able to hear. So, this is my dog Will, man. This is our dog Will. We're gonna share a mic. Pause.
Yeah, that is crazy.
That is real crazy.
Might as well let him sit on your lap.
Damn.
Yeah, that is.
So, hold on, Will. And these guys are all, you know, with women. You know, we the single guys. Have you ever done something that you didn't want to do to get that good?
What?
Have I ever done something that I didn't want to do to get some good?
Hey,
Work, DJ.
hold on. Before we'll answer,
This is
You
all.
gonna go too, huh?
Hey, hold on. You know how much
Man,
I
we got to pause this whole
I said, can I have
situation.
the floor, guys? Just give me and Will the floor for 30 seconds. You know, Belichick went to a cheerleading competition. You said, you know, he ain't want to be there, right?
Yeah.
He's trying to get a little something. All right, Will. Hey, so tell us about it.
Hey, man.
I'm so
Hey,
scared
Will.
of the boy right now. What's up, Jeremy? I can't even switch to you. I'm
You
over
can't
here.
even switch.
What's up, man?
That's crazy.
In-
Switch
in
to me is
short- In
crazy.
short, I have been in situations to get the girl where I've had to do things that I might not necessarily want to do.
This is wild work.
It's just the moments, man. It's just like anything in life. You feel me? Sometimes you got to do things you don't want to do.
All right, thank you, Will, for that. Hey,
It's all getting edited out anyways.
Hey, I'm from Youngstown, Ohio, and you can attest to that. How many pumpkin patches are in Youngstown?
I don't know.
Me either. I got out here. I've been to a few. You think I want to go to a pumpkin patch? Not at all. But I know
Hey,
what came
hey,
after the
bro,
Bro,
pumpkin.
you're not Bill Belichick.
Hey,
No,
brother,
Way different.
Brother Will, look, no more John Wayne coffee for this dude. It's over with, man. Like, we can't let him drink no more coffee.
Hey,
This dude,
this is actually chocolate milk.
he off the chain, man. No, you got some coffee over there.
No,
I
this
see.
is the same thing.
You had
More
something.
protein.
hey, fellas, when I looked and I saw the video, who's seen the movie Get Out?
Yeah,
I ain't see it.
Mo, you seen Get Out?
I ain't Get
I've
Out.
seen it.
Okay, well, Get Out is a movie where white people are getting young, strong black men and switching body and taking over their consciousness.
Yeah, I went to the pumpkin patch.
Listen, Bill Belichick is in the sunken place, right? So on the movie Get Out, the woman has this tea and she's stirring it and she's hypnotizing people. And once she tapped that cup, you fall into the sunken place.
Yep.
The look on Bill Belichick's face, he don't know how he got there. All he remembered was he was in a room with her one day. He came in, she was stirring around that good
Yeah.
with the spoon. He hit that thing, bing. Bill Belichick ended up in there, man. Like, it's almost like he's going through the motions of his life. Like his face, he didn't look upset to me. He just looked up like, I'm here. So he's like almost in like robot mode, man. Like I think that it's entertaining and interesting to us because of who we thought he was in the past, all those other years.
That's it. That's the epitome of what it is.
Yeah, that's what it is. Like it's just he's not acting like basically the greatest, most toughest, hard-nosed football coach that's ever existed.
Because when you picture somebody in their 70s and you then won championships and you've established a reverence for yourself, you know,
Yeah.
and you've led some of the toughest and roughest and meanest dudes and went to go accomplish the impossible, you think to yourself that, man, this dude should like personify something at a certain level. And then really you want your superstars to look like superstars and walk like superstars.
Until the end.
Until the end, yes.
No fall off.
No, you want to see them like you wouldn't like you just want to see bosses move like bosses.
Yes.
And he's moving like a common man, and that's no offense to a common man.
Coming, man. Yeah.
Yeah, it's my fault. Like yo, sometimes I can say disrespectful shit without intending to be disrespectful. But you want somebody who you have a lot of regard for to move a certain way. And he's at like cheerleading competitions, and that's like some regular suburban dad shit. But an adult cheerleading competition is even crazy.
It's crazy. Hey, and Alex,
That's wild.
Alex, you tried to make an example with you and Will because you guys were the single guys.
Right.
We ain't single. We still doing the shit. It don't change. It don't stop. I'm at pumpkin patches. I'm in Sephora. I'm at pumpkin patches. I'm in Sephora.
Man, I was being cognizant of married people and couples. You know, because people like to share information. DJ, I know how you.
Listen, man. Listen, we defeated. We defeated. What you talk? We defeated. He acting like we trying to fight back. Like we trying to fight it back, man. What you in this position?
First of all, we need to describe weird. A pumpkin patch and an adult cheerleading competition ain't even in the same sentence. Like
It's not.
Two
I'm
different
talking about
things.
if your girl in Ohio saying come to the pumpkin patch, that's like okay, cool. That's like something.
By the way, where there will be no pictures of you, nobody in the world cares. You're just a guy that lives in Columbus. This is Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
I understand
Good
that.
You
point.
can't be seen at an adult cheerleading competition.
I just think an adult cheerleading competition is like. I don't know if y'all know. I told y'all when I got out of prison, I was in a hotel. It was a Cocoa Key Resort in Omaha, Nebraska. And when I came into the hotel, I didn't know what anime was, right? And so when I walked through the hotel, I was like, man, these adults dressed in these costumes is weird. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm coming from the most violent place like that you could come to the Cocoa Key Resort with the indoor water park. So when I think of an adult cheerleading competition, if my girl asked me to go to pumpkin patch right now, I'd be like, okay, we're just going to do pumpkin patch. But I'm trying to think of like, what could she ask me to do that I'd be like,
if Ashley
yo,
said I'm going to be an adult cheerleader, I want you to come to
we
the
ain't doing
convention
that.
center and watch me.
No, first of all, I wouldn't even let her. I'd be like, nah, man, you ain't doing
Adult
that.
cheerleaders.
No money involved.
Like your girl's supposed to be like Pilates, yoga, group fitness at the gym. Like she's supposed to be in that phase. Like when we doing adult cheerleading competitions, that's just nuts.
Yeah,
And that's no
work.
offense to anybody who does it. But
That's
like,
no offense to
Actually,
anybody.
it is.
Nah. It should be. It should be.
All right, we've spent very little time talking about the Lakers. Surprisingly, we've talked some about them, but we are now. So Lakers are off to a hot start, 11-4, I believe second or third best record in the Western Conference. But LeBron's back, right? LeBron sat out with back issues. Some other headline, Luka's off to a hot start, averaging 35, 37, something like that points a game.
Yeah.
But I haven't sat down and watched a Lakers game start to finish. I've seen some highlights, but with LeBron back, that to me is box office. Now I'm dialed in and watching more NBA with him coming back. I don't know. What do you guys think? Lakers must-see TV?
I think that the Lakers, from just the stat line, I think he had 11 points. Correct me if I'm wrong. Upward of 12 assists. But that being said, I was always thinking that, all right, when LeBron come back, he's going to try to take over full. But he's allowing Luka to do his thing. I think he has not necessarily passed the torch, but he understands his role right now with Luka having the hot hand. So I was glad to see that stat line.
he had 12 assists.
12 assists?
Yep.
Yeah, I was glad to see that stat line when, now they can coexist and play together. And if LeBron needs to take over at any given time, we believe that he can do that. But right now, with what they have with just one game back, I do think it's must-see TV to see how long he can hold off and just say, hey, Luka, you got it. I'm going to do my thing as long as you're doing what you got to do.
I agree with Alex. I think it was a good look. I think the team looked more fluent. Like, Luka could play his game. AR could play his game. He got all the role players involved. I think he looked real good. Look, a Magic Johnson type of a game that he played. I think it's better to see LeBron at the quarterback position on the basketball court.
It creates longevity for him, too, if he wants to play a little longer.
And didn't he pass up Reggie Miller in the three-point?
He did.
Yeah, he passed up Reggie Miller.
Which is crazy.
Yeah. So it looked real good. I think they could be really, they could make a push for that championship this year. They stay healthy.
I mean, I got this being huge for LeBron's legacy, right?
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, we already know who he's getting compared to, Mike. Mike was only able to play one way. Now, Mike played one way at the highest level, for 15 years. Like, this is the first time we're seeing load management LeBron James. This is the first time we're seeing second, third option LeBron James. And so if this team can stay winning and playing like this with LeBron playing that position, I mean, he'll steal a few more years, but I think this helps his argument out, basically saying, like, he was the greatest basketball player because he could do it all. He didn't need the ball. He could play off the ball. He could be the third option, still score 15 to 20 points and get 12 assists and 10 rebounds. And it's almost like, what can't this man do? And, he's been the leader of the team. He's been the first option. He's played point. He's played center. He's done everything that you can think about. But I think this will help his argument out for people that dislike Jordan and saying Jordan ruled with an iron fist and he wasn't a great teammate. I think this will start to make LeBron more likable. And again, this is just another thing that adds to his legacy and helps his argument against Mike.
I think his defense got to step up, though. I think that's the only part that he lacks in when you kind of compare the two. You know, he's never been in the conversation for Defensive Player of the Year.
LeBron?
Early in the season, he was.
He's a
As he
hustler.
started to get older, it's kind of.
LeBron can guard 1 through 5 unless it's
Yeah.
Wemby. Unless it's Wemby.
Off ball.
Right?
I think you're thinking about his
Go-
off ball.
Yeah, just look it up. Like, we know Mike was definitely the defensive, defensive player, two-way player, I should say, at all times, at a high level. You know, so I don't know if LeBron consistently did that.
That's the word, consistently. Yeah.
But see, Germ, like the issue is with Jordan is he's retired. So he can't add anything
on
to
to
his
that.
legacy.
That'll
Right?
matter.
So LeBron can continue to play and add things to his legacy to help his argument. And that's what I'm saying, right? Like I'm saying the fact that he can be the 2 and 3 on his team and still run the table and go get a championship, that's when you're going to have guys, especially in the barbershop, right, talking. They're going to start pulling all these different attributes that LeBron had that Jordan doesn't have. Jordan is the best scorer. Jordan is the most competitive. Jordan was a beast at defense. That's Jordan's 3.
You know, he was an elite point guard, too.
Listen, but you start adding you start adding shit like barbershop talk.
Yeah.
Man, Bron got his son on the Lakers. You start adding that type of stuff, that legacy building stuff that really doesn't show up on the stat sheet,
yeah.
but it's in the minds of individuals, and you start thinking like, how dope is that, dog?
Hey, DJ, barbershop talk. LaQuit James, yeah, you ain't never had Michael Jordan have a name like that. You see what I'm saying? Like some of these things that
I get it.
LeBron did also, like a flopping error. He played a big part in that. You never see Michael Jordan doing anything.
Let me tell you this. I'm Mike all day. I'm not a LeBron guy, but
Yeah.
I can see what LeBron's doing. If you look at all of these different moves, they're calculated.
Come on.
It's helping his argument on the greatest ever. Dog, to play in the NBA with your son. Nigga, what if Bryce get on the Lakers?
Yeah.
You guys,
Like-
I don't think you could argue that LeBron's had the greatest career of an NBA player in history.
No.
He's had the greatest career.
No,
you can't
Mike.
argue that.
No, Mike.
Career?
Career,
No, Mike.
no, I wouldn't agree with that.
Mike.
That's
Mike,
another
hands
show.
down.
That's another show. LeBron's going to play 40% more than Jordan. He's going to have with more. He's going to end up with more of everything than Jordan.
But he's not going to pass him up at accolades at all.
He don't have it.
It don't matter how long he plays. He's just
Look,
not gonna
he-
pass it up.
The career, though, he's just not the accolades.
We're not
the
talking about
career.
who's the better player, who could win one-on-one, who would you draft if you could go back to the beginning of time, and who would you take first?
I'm gonna go with the guy that never lost in a
I'm just saying-
championship.
I'm just saying who will have the better career. I think it's going to end up being LeBron, and it's not even
I agree.
close.
I agree.
But do you?
In what way?
Hey, Jeremy, I know you're talking about the LaFlop and stuff, man. Do you realize? Let me ask you this first.
Quit.
I know, but you talked about his.
He quit.
Okay, you talked about his flop too, though, right?
Yeah.
Do you think that LeBron can play in the earlier game?
What you mean?
The earlier game with Jordan.
The
in
era.
Do you
The
think-
era.
yeah.
Different era?
Yeah.
Yes.
I would say yeah, because physically, yeah.
Okay.
And he got the IQ.
Perfect. Okay.
But
do
would
you-
he be who he is? No.
Why?
Because they would put him in the paint. He would have to play back to the basket.
Okay, you don't think he can do that?
No, he hasn't shown
LeBron
that
is an
in this era.
adjuster.
But he hasn't showed that
LeBron
yet.
is an adjuster, bro. You think he flopped?
Alex,
Why do you think he flopped?
You
Go
know
ahead.
what his flaw is? He
Go ahead.
hasn't shown people that back to the basket game.
He doesn't need
Where,
to.
we haven't seen that.
He doesn't need to,
Okay.
right? But let me ask you this: when he flops, do you think he's doing that on purpose? Yes. It's not because he's not strong enough. He can
Okay.
control.
This is my point with LeBron. As much as I like him and he from Ohio and I root for him, it was a different mentality back then. The way that LeBron quit and tapped out on certain teams and teammates, wouldn't have flew right in that era. They would have broke him mentally back in the days, more than physically, in my opinion.
What if LeBron, instead of just tapping out, what if he just quit and went and played football for 3 years?
Check it out.
What if that was his tap
if
out?
they would have seen him mentally fragile back then, they would have tore him apart.
I don't think.
Period.
I'm
telling you.
I hear you. I just, it's a hard argument to make because we don't know. I'm just speaking about the flopping part. That's done by.
It's
you gonna
mentality.
give me-
I ain't flopping.
I don't think it's a
It's
mentality.
a question that'll never be answered.
No, it's
So many.
He posed it.
No, it's not. I just don't think it's a mentality. When you look at LeBron and his stature, if I'm a guard, I'm not really knocking him down. He's trying to get that foul.
Okay.
So he's gonna play the game.
Alex, check it out. I respect that, but look, LeBron faces adversity at a young age. He quits and goes to another team. Michael Jordan faces adversity at a young age. He get in the weight room, get bigger, and meet force with force. He fought Detroit until he beat him.
Okay, how
LeBron
about
went
this?
and joined another team. That's a different thing.
Let's keep moving. Just no, this is the age-old debate. Let me ask you guys this, Maurice. Lakers ceiling this year. What's their ceiling?
Oh, I don't think me and Jordan, we do agree a lot, but I don't agree with Jordan on this one. I don't think the Lakers even have a chance to go to the championship.
Do you think they have a chance to make the Western Conference Finals?
No.
They're 11-4 without LeBron.
Yeah, so I get it. So it's going to be Houston, it's going to be OKC, it's going to be the Lakers. Lakers will be up there. I'm just not a believer. When I see them get trounced and bounced over the last few years, Paul's out of the first round, I'm just not a believer. Maybe this year is something new. I don't see anybody beating OKC. Just my opinion. I think OKC is the new Golden State Warriors.
Yeah.
I think this is the new dynasty. I think they're young as shit. I think that just that core group of people to have it. I'll also say this. I know LeBron takes care of himself, and I know we talk about load management, everything else. I know this is Luka's first time dropping all this weight. There's just a bunch of factors that I just don't know if the Lakers has what it takes, aside from LeBron being there so many times, to do what they do. I don't see them getting out of the playoffs.
Let me ask you this, Mo.
What's up?
If LeBron can successfully be the number 2 or 3 option on the Lakers,
Yep.
you don't think that they got a chance?
I think so. I stay out of this argument just because I want to hear
And I say this because let's say, sorry to cut you off. Let's say Luka takes the place of LeBron,
Yep.
and then AR is AR, and then now your third option
is LeBron.
is LeBron. At the end of the day, we're starting to see the NBA go away from the big three to now just having 10 dudes on the team that can run, shoot, play defense, and whatever. But when your big three is that thick of a core.
No, but it's so yeah. You got to pause that too. Let me have a different conversation. I don't think that you win with 3 players. I think that you win through depth, right? I think that you need about 8 or 9 players and to run people off the floor, off the court. And I think that you need depth through a playoff run. I think you need depth through a championship run. Just if you saw it last year, the rigor, even when Boston run, the rigor of having a deep bench is what gets it. Yeah. When you seen how Jalen Brunson ran out of gas, Jalen Brunson was the only thing the New York Knicks had, right?
He needed help.
You'll see Ant-Man run out of gas. Like these big stars that we market and we praise and everything like that, if you don't have complementary pieces where you can go get 10, 15, 20, 25 points and your team is so dependent upon one person. What I say with the Lakers, after you go with those big 3 right there, those three will be productive. But again, I did mention when you start the season next year, LeBron will be 41, bro. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? These dudes, OKC's whole team might be under the age of 27 years old.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's what I'm talking about when I say they don't have what it takes to win the Western Conference Finals. And that's just my opinion. And that opinion is formed off of, I seen how Danny Hurley beat everybody in college when he was rotating people, and just a nuanced discussion of like, okay, if we can get our bench to score 30 more points than their bench, and if it's at the, in the second quarter mark at the 6-minute mark, or if it's in the second quarter at the 6-minute mark, they're playing the game from a possessions and our bench is being more productive than their bench. That's where my mentality comes from in regards to saying who's going to win and how do they win championships. So that's where it came from. So to answer Brian's question, back to the original point, I just don't think the Lakers have enough pieces. I think that LeBron will always be box office, and you'll want to see him because he's a legendary player. The personal side with me with LeBron, I love LeBron just because he's from Ohio, and all of the barbershop talk you talked about where, never in life has the dude put his friends on and they've been as successful as they have.
Yeah.
Never have you seen somebody take their son and bring their son to the NBA. I personally think that out of ego reasons, he wants Bryce to be in the NBA too, but Bryce has to get better and play well at Arizona to position himself, right? So you can have two kids in the NBA. But I come from the same era that y'all come from, where when you talk about physicality, when you talk about quitting, when you talk about all that stuff, right? I come from that same era too, to understand that Jordan was that. So in my mind, Jordan will always be like my number one, just because I grew up being influenced by the Gatorade commercials, the sneakers, the culture. I think Jordan is cool. The same thing that we talk shit about Bill Belichick, like falling off once he got in the 70s. Jordan still keeps the privacy, the exclusivity, and he still presents himself like a star. And I think that's why we love and have affinity for him. But in regards to LeBron will continue to do all that too. But I just don't think that.
The biggest mistake I made was watching Jordan when he was with the Wizards. I was living in D.C. at the time.
You didn't like it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I wish I wouldn't have.
Yeah, because you want to.
Awful.
Okay.
But hold on, I think he
I'll go
still
back and
scored
watch
like
that.
25 points a game.
Watch it again.
Nah, dude,
back
I
and watch
watched,
it.
I watched his first dunk when he was in Washington, and
So-
that dude barely got off the ground.
Yes. So,
And now that's what I remember.
But that's where he switched his game up. That's where he switched his game up. And that's where a lot of people who got like the Kobe Bryants and stuff like that picked up where Jordan left off at, when he wasn't a high flyer no more. Footwork played a part. His game just changed. If you really go back and look at the Wizards Jordan, you'll see like, oh, dude was still mean.
So you know who I've got more stats from on Jordan with the Wizards here in Gilbert Arenas. I didn't realize how productive Jordan was with the Wizards, but I didn't like to watch Jordan in a Wizards jersey.
Yeah. I mean,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No doubt.
Yeah.
I didn't even like to watch Jordan wear number 45, but also, like, even as y'all were talking, I was hearing Alex's points and hearing your points. A lot of stuff is marketed to us. You know what I'm saying? And for a large part, and LeBron was good already, but the NBA did a great job of hitching their wagon to his development. You know what I'm saying? And would he got away with all those flops in the 90s? I don't know. I do believe with you, Jeremy. I think the mentality of the people, but I think what's been favorable to LeBron now is that the NBA was favored to him just because he was so much of a good guy. And you could hitch your brand to him. And Kobe was at the end of his legacy, and LeBron was the second coming, and he went to Cleveland and blah, 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 blah. And so for all the things that we fought him for, that I think probably would have been amplified in another era, I think the NBA, and even to now, he controls the fucking NBA. You know what I'm saying? To a large part, just because he's such a good role model. You know what I'm saying? Like he's like the reason I like him is because he's done a lot of shit that a lot of people can't do, and that's really stay focused for 20 years.
Yeah,
That's good.
That's a good
And-
point.
And Jeremy, go ahead, DJ.
No, I just want to get this on the record because I don't know if y'all heard me earlier. I'm Mike all day. Okay, I didn't want to listen. I'm giving them points for the LeBroners, right? For Brian and Alex. Listen, sometimes I dream. Hey, when I used to be at the park, when it was game point, that's how I used to close that thing down. So I'm Mike all day. But I just spoke about, like I said, Mike just went out and played, and everything fell into place. LeBron is being strategic. His team is being strategic because he understands that, with this new generation, we're not gonna. These younger kids aren't thinking about Mike. They're looking at Steph Curry. They're looking at Bron. They're looking at all these newer guys. So again, I'm Mike all day. I just don't want to ever get into the basketball talk again. You like, you was a LeBron guy. Nice, what's it? Mike all day.
Oh, well, you want to wrap up?
I think we're there. Yeah.
Oh, go
I
ahead.
just want to tell Jeremy and thank you guys all for allowing me to admit when I'm wrong. I'm not saying I'm right or wrong in this situation, but I understand your point. Oftentimes, what I do is I take my mindset and I try to implement it on somebody else with LeBron. Like, no, I would have never been like that. But you absolutely could be right. LeBron might have had that mindset back there, and he probably wouldn't have survived. I just didn't want to put that on him. So, Jeremy, That's
All
you know,
good.
the argument. You know,
Ah,
I'm not wrong.
man.
I'm not right, but just had to put that out there.
We'll never find
We'll
out.
never
so.
find out.
Hey, but when I come to Cleveland, I ain't forget that shit you was talking to Alex. We hooping. I ain't played basketball in 7 years. We hooping and we posting it.
We in
Hey,
Columbus.
look.
Cleveland.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Listen, Mo, we doing a live show.
Yes.
You gonna be with the announce, just like Will. Figure it out. Get it going. We gonna do a live show. Just who y'all three gonna be in the announcers.
How your shoulders? How your shoulders?
Listen, I ain't hooped in probably 5 or 7 years, dog.
How are your
I'm gonna
shoulders?
win because bigger, stronger, faster.
You not
Bigger, stronger, faster.
DJ,
Bigger,
you're not
stronger,
bigger,
faster.
stronger, or faster than me. You're
Bigger,
taller.
you weight strong.
DJ, I train athletes. I train athletes every day. And
I
know
am
what
an
I do?
athlete. Ah!
You know what I do? I run and I move. Hey, by the way, hold on, guys. Shout out to Valley Christian High School out in Youngstown, man. We went out there yesterday and did a phase clinic. It was great. Girls got better. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Thanks for all
You see how he running from it?
No, I'm not
You
running.
see how he running, man?
Correct.
I'm just trying to give my shout out to Valley Christian in Youngstown, man. It was a great job. That being said, I was on the court with them yesterday.
There you go, DJ.
And I still
Good.
got it.
And I ain't played in 5 or 7 years. I'm talking about besides at the park shooting with my nephew. I ain't played an actual basketball game in at least 7 years. I probably haven't shot one like realistically playing with my cousins in 3 years.
What do you call that, Mo?
Hey, listen to me.
What do you call that?
What I call what?
When somebody keep talking and he's on the fence trying to make an excuse for something that already
I'm not on the fence.
happened.
Right.
I'm gonna dog you.
He sounds pretty confident.
I don't care about none of that.
He
See how
say
he
about
said,
that life.
oh, well, I ain't did this and that. And I ain't did that. So when he lose, well, I ain't played in 7 years.
No.
Hey, he said
No.
something
I am.
Hey,
Listen, I am not building in any excuse.
Let me sit
Look,
back.
Will, figure out. We gonna stream it. Figure it out, Will. Mo, have it all set up, right? Like Van Gundy. Brian gonna be Van Gundy. We gonna have this shit set up.
Hell no, I'm playing winners.
Hey, you know.
And it's
Don't you get out there, Brian. Brian might be a sniper.
Hey, I don't know if y'all
Brian
listen.
might be a sniper.
You probably listen to Plies. Plies say it's always the F-M words with the most lip. And guess what? I ain't got to talk about it.
I can't lose to somebody that's afraid to cuss. It's just certain things. It's just certain things ain't gonna happen. I never lose to somebody that would call me an N.
Will, you got the censor board ready, Will?
Set it up.
Hey,
Will, you got the soundboard of the censor?
We gonna go live. No.
Hold on.
Don't do
Let me
it.
hit the
We gonna go
sound.
live.
I'm rolling with you,
No, no.
DJ.
Hey,
gotta
I
hit
appreciate it, Germ, but I feel better when the world is against me.
Because I'm about to say this word.
Hey,
you gotta be on point with it now because I don't want this to get
Me
out there.
against the world.
Hey, DJ, listen to me. I'm gonna
Look
tell
what
you
you
this right
doing.
now.
Look what you doing.
You ready? You ain't with me.
Oh,
Simple as that.
This shit gonna be funny. Hey, listen, hold on.
I'm with you, DJ. Go ahead.
Let me finish
Put
this
your bet on
up.
DJ.
Yeah, I got
Put your
it.
bet on
I bet
DJ.
it. Hey,
Let me finish this up. And
Let me
everything
throw
that
it
I'm
on
saying,
you, all right?
I'm dead ass serious, Mo. Listen, I'm dead ass serious. I'm coming up there, and we hooping, and we putting this shit out. We putting it out. No edits, no nothing. So,
Hey, Will, you heard it? Okay, Will heard it. Hey, look, hey. Well, we're going to get with you later on,
he
man.
going to practice. He going to practice.
Hey, we're going to find a date, let
going to
everybody know. Here we go. Well, every day, 3 p.m., start with the facts. Sunday at 6 a.m. We'll see y'all later.
Peace.